An Oregon high school principal who was put on leave for mocking the assassination of Charlie Kirk has just been sentenced to 5 years in prison for the possession of child pornography. And what's worse is that he was a Redditor too. Alright, so let's go to the high school teacher. His name's Jeremy P. Williams. Now, Charlie Kirk was an amazing person. He was a patriot. He was a father, a Christian. But anyways, the people who make fun of him and laugh at his death are evil, vile, and disgusting people. We all know this. It's not hard to discern, right? If you make fun of someone's assassination because they spoke things that you disagree with, spoke about things or defended ideas which you believe are false, then you are a horrible, evil person. So I don't know why we haven't had a government crackdown on this. You know, it was all theatrics. All the Trump administration did was theatrics, and then they just forgot about it. There was so much cracking down to do on all these Antifa rings. They could have put... That was the golden opportunity to, in Charlie's name, arrest every far-left lunatic in America and put them all in prison. But he didn't do that because... I don't know. I don't know why he didn't do that. That was the perfect opportunity to do that. Put every socialist, put every Antifa member, put all these far-left lunatics, put them all in prison. Arrest all of them in the name of Charlie Kirk, but he didn't do that. Sad. It was all just theatrics, which led to more people making fun of him. But anyways, the amount of people who celebrated his assassination, while troubling, if you ever went on the news, if you were uneducated about Charlie Kirk and who he was, then it's perfectly understandable to see why someone would do that, because the media is a huge propaganda cycle, and for a whole week, or maybe even a whole month, they were comparing Charlie Kirk to Horst Wessel, and saying that he was this Nazi martyr, that the guy was horrible, right? So I understand why maybe someone who isn't educated on Charlie Kirk would celebrate, but this guy, I don't think it was because he was uneducated. I think it was because he just hated Charlie's political opinions, and I don't think either of those are good. You shouldn't celebrate whether you were uneducated about him, or whether you were and you just hated him. You shouldn't celebrate either way. But it's more understandable on one hand if you simply didn't know who he was and you're just like this radio waving into your brain. But it would make more sense. But I'd be more lenient if you were a propaganda vessel who simply didn't understand a single thing about Kirk. But if you actually knew who he was, and you were a liberal who was into politics and knew who he was, then you have no excuses. And this guy was probably a liberal, just discerning from what he's done, because he got his child sexually explicit material, child pornography, whatever you want to call it. He got it from Reddit. This is like the Reddit archetype right here. This guy should be their new mascot. He's fat. I'm fat too. But at least I'm not. I don't know how you even get there. You have to like completely let go of yourself. That's disgusting. You are a fat. He hates Charlie Kirk, and he's a pedophile. He's like the... You think of Reddit, you think of him. Really, you do. And let's watch the video about his interrogation.
Children that are same content that was uploaded and downloaded being discussed. I mean, is this something that you're willing to talk about with me, or?
To an extent.
Okay.
To an extent.
How long have you been, I guess, doing this, seeking it out, collecting?
It's been less than a year.
Okay, so like maybe
probably
late fall
February,
or early
probably February.
Okay, so about the time that these reports started, because I think my
Yeah.
first one's probably early March-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. What drove that?
Accidentally, I was talking to somebody on Reddit.
He just has such a feminine voice too. Yeah, I was just talking to someone on Reddit. Yeah. There's not a drop of testosterone in this man's body. You could get a 13-year-old boy from anywhere in the world, and he would test mog this guy. But anyways, you know, he's very fidgety. He realizes he's fucked. Obviously, he has child sexual material. He's been collecting this for a whole fucking year. He's been on Reddit talking to people, asking for child porn. This sick motherfucker's been asking people for porn of little babies, little children, for a whole year. And he has the audacity to make fun of a man who tried his best to live with God, and to live close to God, and tried his best to spread God's message. These people don't have moral... I mean, if you're willing to make fun of an innocent man getting shot in the neck with his hand, with him immediately entering into court posturing because every blood vessel in his neck and his spinal cord get completely destroyed by the bullet, as he shakes and falls to the side with his hands going up, as everyone in the crowd screams, all his fans, all his supporters, as his wife is currently talking to her sick mother, gets the call that her husband just got shot in front of 3,000 people. If you're willing to laugh about that, then you don't have morals. I wouldn't be surprised if more of these people, more of these depraved, evil lunatics, turn out to be pedophiles. I wouldn't be surprised. And the fact this guy worked in a public school, that's even worse. Remember, this guy got arrested around September 16th, roughly 6 days after Charlie Kirk got assassinated. And he's been collecting this since February, as he said. Been almost a year. He's been collecting this since February 2025. This guy has been in a children's facility with these evil thoughts about a man who was shot. And he's been also having these evil thoughts about other children and going home and collecting videos of children being raped and jerking off to them. And he's been the principal of a fucking school. I mean, these atheists always love to make jokes about the Catholic Church and priests and stuff, and how the priests like to touch kids, while public school teachers have like 6 times the child molestation rate of Catholic priests. I mean, what are we even doing, man? All right, with that, everybody, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. Good on the police for arresting that principal, who was a disgusting pedophile, and good on the Republicans for overperforming in Virginia. They've been overperforming for a while recently, actually. They've been overperforming in multiple different races. But this is the biggest one so far, and it's the most relevant. But anyways, have an amazing day, everybody. See you guys next time.